Hello, it's Pam and Brian from MidlifePrices. Brian has agreed to help me assemble a raised bed garden because I've been trying to get him to help me build one for a long time. So we're gonna give it a shot.
All right.
All right.
So,
Hi, I'm Brian.
so we've got, we just want to explain what we're doing here. We've got some old lumber that was salvaged from a demolition of an old patio cover. It's not very good, and it may even have some termite damage. It's a little lighter than it should be, but if we get 1 year out of this, that's perfectly fine. We just want to get a garden going. We're actually going to put a cover over, so we're going to build 2 courses of just lumber, 5x3. These are 2x8s, I believe. So that'll give us about 15 inches high. We're going to go 5x3 on all sides. We're going to stand up some 2x4s in the middle to kind of tie the 2 courses together. We're going to go 2 courses up, and then after we do, that's pretty much the box. We'll put cardboard underneath it and put it out in the position we want it. And then after we build the box, then it's just dirt and plant. But we're also going to make a top. We're going to take some 2x4s and we're going to cut them in half to make essentially, just small square boards or very close. And we're going to build a box structure for the top out of those 2x4s that we're going to wrap in chicken wire to protect it from the animals. So we can either set that on top of this, or we'll probably maybe put some hinges on it so that we can open it up, get in there, close it back, because anything we put in here is probably got a good chance of getting eaten by some animals. So yeah. That's what we're putting together now. So You ready to get started?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Okay guys, so this isn't exactly rocket science, but we'll walk you through it. This was a nice little practice project for Pam also to get some experience with some tools, because it's been a while. What did you used to do?
I was actually, my first husband had a cabinet shop, and I helped him out in the cabinet shop a lot, and so I used power tools at that time. But that was like, what, 40 years ago?
It was a long time ago.
No. 30 years ago.
So the biggest issue we had here with Pam really was, if you don't know, the difference between a drill and a driver. That was kind of the one thing that was new to her. You see the smaller tool there is a driver, and that's for driving screws and things. And it's got kind of almost a hammer functionality to it. Like when it encounters resistance, it taps. It kind of bounces a little bit to help drive that screw in. And she would tend to pull back every time that happened. So that's kind of one thing you need to fight there. You really need to put pressure on that thing for it to work right. So.
And it would scare me when it would make that noise. Like,
and it makes a loud noise. So here we are. So we're just making a simple box here. And as I described earlier, I think, these are some supports that are going to go up the side to just connect the 2 courses of those are 2x8s together. So it's nothing fancy or anything. It's not super strong or anything. Like I said, it's old wood, but it's good enough for what we're doing here.
So we know it's probably gonna need replaced or something.
Yeah, this is actually our practice garden in a sense, because we'll see how good we are at growing stuff and what grows well and what doesn't. We'll learn.
Radishes grow well. I've already learned that.
So what do you got since we got some time? What do you got in the garden now?
Tomatoes, jalapenos, cilantro, onions. I'm growing salsa, basically.
Because
I want to make salsa.
So we have the most of what we buy the most ingredients at the store for. So.
And I put marigolds around the perimeter to try to keep. I guess that's supposed to keep bugs away or something. I don't know.
So what did you do from? So some you bought starter plants and some you did from seeds.
Tomatoes and peppers.
Those you bought as plants.
Yes, okay. Because my dad is
seedlings.
A really good
I guess you call them, or was that what they call them, or?
Plants.
Just plants.
Seedlings are smaller, I think.
Oh, all right.
I tried to put squash seeds in there, but they haven't germinated.
Is that Dallas? There's Dallas. Well, you can see what we're doing here again. Pretty straightforward.
She's so cute.
It's going to be pretty small, so I mean it's plenty strong actually, but
yeah, and it's got protection from animals, which is good.
Well, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that part in a second here, but there's the baby going away. So what else?
That's the end, right?
Oh. No, it's not the end.
Oh, okay. So my dad, we always had a giant garden, and I always helped all the time. I mean, this thing was huge, and he's really
good. He had like garden that you drive a tractor through and raise full-size corn and all that. Stalks of corn and everything. So he had a big garden.
My dad called it, when he called corn on the cob, roast nears. And that's like roasting ears, but in Texas, you call it roast nears.
Roast nears.
We had a lot of okra too, and I used to put socks on my hands, like socks up to my elbows, because my arms would get all broke out. And I wish I had room for okra, but they get too big. Maybe someday one. Someday.
We could have a big garden if we wanted to, if we had a big fence, sure.
I would love to have a big garden someday.
We've got enough space to have the big garden, but we'd need a big fence. So this is it, just about finishing up the box here, and then we'll move it over and start putting the our lid or our cage on it to protect it from some animals. So that'll do it for the box. There you go. That's it.
Yay!
Done.
I did it! No, not really, but...
Okay, so here we are with the raised garden bed box, and we've got it on a spot that's fairly level and is kind of weeded out. We're going to put some cardboard in the bottom here yet. We're going to put some cardboard in the bottom here. Just haven't gotten to it yet, but now it's time to build the cage over the top that can be used for shade in the summer here, and maybe some plastic in the winter, and we're going to cover it with chicken wire to keep the animals out. So I've just cut some 2x4s in half to make, you know, this is the first level I'm showing here. Nothing's connected. We're just about to connect these, and I'll make 2 sets of this. So one will be at this level and one will be up high. We're going to make it about 3 feet tall, and then I'll have pieces just like this, you know, ripped 2x4s as kind of legs going up. So basically we're just going to build a cage on top of this thing that's going to be 3 feet high and the same size as this. And we'll put 2 hinges on the back and a handle on the front so that it can be opened. But that's what we're about to do.
There we go. I was filming the sky. Now we're putting on chicken wire.
All right, so here we are putting the chicken wire on. I don't know how much experience you've got with chicken wire and staple guns out there, but I personally haven't found a staple gun yet that I don't hate. Maybe I'm buying the wrong stuff, I don't know, but man, I'm having a hard time getting the staples in. That's why you can see me kind of hammering on the staples after I do them.
He was having a conniption
super pain in the butt. After we did this, we went over to our neighbors and you put like 2 staples into a board and it worked fine with their staple gun. So I don't know if I bought a piece of garbage or what, but it was quite a hassle. But we got there eventually.
Maybe we'll get a new one.
Yeah, we might have to do something different the next time we need to do some of that. But so, you good?
So we have all the chicken wire on now, and Brian's gonna put the hinges on now, I guess.
We're gonna put 2 hinges back here and a handle up on the front part so that this whole thing will...
Sorry.
What?
Oh, I was tripping and my finger was in front of the camera as per usual.
So 2 hinges so that this will fold back with a handle on the front.
Do I need to turn this music off? I don't want to copyright infringe. I'm going to turn it off.
Okay, time to test. So if I did that right,
it should open.
This should work.
Ah! Ooh!
Ta-da!
So here I am demonstrating how to open and shut this. It's really easy, and I am really happy. I'm so excited to have a garden now, even though it's small.
Check this little dance. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, please subscribe to our channel, and feel free to comment down below with any questions or comments, and share it with a friend if you know somebody who might like to see it. We'll see you on the next one.